Hey there, fellow watchers. It's me, Whitey, and this is Born to Watch, the podcast where we don't take ourselves or the movies too seriously, except, of course, Damo.
During the Snorbs report.
That's it. It's the most serious piece of podcasting in the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, mate, to bring you these stories, I'm the front line. I'm putting my life at risk. It's serious stuff.
I tell you what, it's either the LA brushfires or the Snorbs report. It's nothing more dangerous.
It's exactly. I'd be like one of those guys with a fire suit on.
Absolutely.
Yep, in the Pacific Palisades.
Mate, welcome back. First one for you for the new year.
Yep.
You enjoy your break?
Great. Mate, I went up on the land, saw the man in his natural element.
What'd you think?
You know, when you see a lion in the zoo and think, but imagine seeing them in their natural element, you know, like on a safari in Africa.
Yeah.
Just see him out there, clueless.
Yep.
You know, he's got his rooster.
Yep.
And, you know, he was, clueless is wrong. He was an incredible man of the land.
What a host.
For sure.
Yeah. My favourite part of the whole couple of days that you were there was, Morgs, are you all right? Are you injured? You're walking funny.
He looks funny.
He walks funny, doesn't he? Have you noticed he's got very high arches? I
thought he had not a lot of bend in the legs when he walks. Not a lot of natural bend.
Well, he's got a lack of calf.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because he suffers from massive calf cramps.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he drinks bottles of Hydrolyte every day.
Oh, wow.
He just puts it in a drink bottle and just drinks it because he suffers from massive calf cramps.
He needs to have more salt in his diet.
Yeah, well, you know. Salty protein shakedown. That's what you need.
That's right.
Look, this could be the highlight of the podcast, this little discussion here, because we're doing something a little different. We've covered 2 Star Wars movies in the past.
Yep.
Episode 4, A New Hope.
Yep.
Well, Star Wars to us.
Yes.
And The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Both hard fives.
5s and 5s, yep.
Yeah, both hard 5s in the rank bank. And now we're just skipping the
bit of a fast forward.
Yeah, bit of a fast forward to episode 8.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi. Now, you and I have discussed this at length off air since 2017.
Yep.
We've had a bit to say about it.
Yep.
Not all good.
Well, almost all.
Yeah.
No.
Not all good. Not all good.
No.
But I thought it was, why not? Let's start the new year. It's just you and me. It's a 4-ball. And I thought there'd be no better to start than The Last Jedi.
Well, I think, was it last year that we started with Rebel Moon?
Yes.
And I've got a bit of a deja vu.
I was looking at the rankings. I could have ranked. I may have ranked Rebel Moon Part 1 higher than this. Maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely not Rebel Moon Part 2.
Good God. Well, you gave it a 0 and I gave it a 0.5.
Yeah, no, it wasn't ideal. Mate, look, overs and unders. This is a 2017 movie. So it'll be 8 this year. Feels older than that.
It does. But a Star Wars movie, your overs and unders, I think, were both like 1,000.
Oh, for the first 2, for Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, I think the first one I'm 1,000. I'd have to be.
Yeah.
Which is frightening. Empire, I'm, still probably 500 to 600.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's diminishing returns then on and to this one.
And I'm in the 20s, for Star Wars.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah, that's right. An Empire.
It's crazy.
I'm in the 20s.
It's crazy.
So,
but look, I'm going to set the overs and unders at 3. Now, I'm assuming we both saw this in the movies.
Yeah. Couldn't wait.
Yep. Now, before we get to what you are, our appetites were whetted somewhat by The Force Awakens, which was okay.
Yeah.
It was a dead set rip-off of the original Star Wars.
Star Wars Mark II.
Dead set rip-off.
Yeah.
Every beat.
Yeah.
Now, I think that and the response to that movie may have something to do with this movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which is one of the reasons why we get this movie.
Yeah.
And we get a director trying to put his stamp on it. But 3's the overs and unders.
Yeah.
Where are you sitting?
Well, I did see it at the movies, and then my wife knew I loved Star Wars, and she bought this on DVD as soon as it came out, and she was at Kmart or something one day, and I got this for you. Yeah, I haven't watched it once on the DVD. I was like, I do like Star Wars, and then I watched this the other day. So I'm on 2, so I'm under.
Yeah, I'm unders as well, mate.
Yeah,
I'm 2. I went to the midnight screenings of this at Pacific Fair.
Wow.
And I went with Luke, and I went with a couple other friends. And look, it was probably the first time that I legitimately considered not going to a midnight screening.
Yeah.
Because I was not overly impressed by The Force Awakens, but I still think I've watched The Force Awakens 5 or 6 times.
I went to midnight of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
I went to the midnight of Rise of Skywalker.
Jeez.
I went to all of them. It now became a badge of honor that I had to do it.
Yeah. You sort of, I've committed. I've got to do it. It's just my tradition.
Mate, I've got to say, not all that impressed with staying up until 3 a.m.
It's hard, mate. It's hard
well,
the next day.
let's say, so it's midnight.
It's a Thursday too, normally, or a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday night. You got to go.
Work.
You got to go through the rigmarole of and they still go through the same bullshit. The movie doesn't start at 12 o'clock. Still got to do all the pre-ads and all the wanky stuff, and so it's not starting until 12:25.
Yeah,
this movie goes for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you're out at 3.
So you're out at 3 o'clock. You're not home till 3:15, 3:30.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a chat at the end of the movie. Yeah, what'd you think? Yeah, I thought it was. I'll save that until the rank bank.
No,
but yeah, so it was a big commitment. I was bitterly disappointed.
Yes.
And look, I think it's probably not a bad spot here before we jump into the movie. And we talked about this on the phone this week when we were discussing the film, that toxic fandom has become a real buzzword, which I think has really been created almost because of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars.
Totally.
I don't think there was much said about toxic fandom before the sequel trilogy.
No, because people, I suppose maybe the Phantom Menace people were disappointed to an extent, but with the internet, that the negativity around a movie has grown exponentially.
Absolutely.
So they've had to brand it something. Let's call it something. It can't be the fact that our movie's shit. It's the fans are toxic.
I think this is definitely, it feels like a phrase developed by Disney. There is no doubt. The funny thing is, there's no doubt George Lucas is not involved in these 3 movies, right? There's no doubting that. In saying that, some of the dialogue reeks of George Lucas.
Well, he wasn't so good at that side of things.
And I think I think it stands out when it is poor actors delivering it. So in the original trilogy, I think they obviously they got a rich vein. They got these 3 relative unknowns: Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher, who are quite good actors in their own right. Obviously, Harrison Ford's gone on to be an absolute megastar.
Yep.
But Mark Hamill, he's an incredible voice actor. He's had a massive career in that, and he's a pretty good actor in his own right.
Yep.
Carrie Fisher as well. She's great. I noticed it so much almost every time Rey opens her mouth in this movie that she's not. I'm not, and we'll discuss it further on. I'm not sure she's a good enough actress to do it, to be able to actually do it with sincerity and pull it off.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, I thought Carrie Fisher was pretty ordinary.
She was, but they got nothing to do.
No.
She's got nothing to do.
I know.
And it just felt like
it's a shit script.
It's a bad script.
Yeah.
It's a bad script. And we've talked about this before when we did the original 2 movies, that and we have done legacy sequels we've done Maverick, and we've done another one as well. But
all the Rockies and
exactly. Well, we talk about Creed a bit as well, and we've done that. But you got to cater to the fans of the movie. New fans are either going to come or not come. You can't just decide, you know what, we're going to ignore this. We're going to ignore Column A, who have made us a $5.5 billion franchise that George Lucas sold. And then we're just going to focus on new people. You can't do that.
Well, they did that. We did Raiders of the Lost Ark or Indiana Jones.
Yes.
We did that, and you could. That was just dog shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever it was called, the Wheel of Time. I don't even know.
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. That was it.
Yeah.
So, Toxic Fandom. There in a lot of the Lord of the Rings, all the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Toxic Fandom.
Yep.
All this Star Wars shit. The Acolyte. This crap.
Yep.
Toxic Fandom.
Yep.
Everyone's getting blamed. The fans are getting blamed, but it's the people that are writing this shit and Marvel, Toxic Fandom.
Yeah.
All the stuff they've come out, just crap.
Yeah. I think it's very difficult when the bar is set so high to keep it that high. And I think that, but I also think that
that's why don't keep milking it.
But they missed an opportunity here. They really missed. I think Disney missed an opportunity.
This could have been brilliant. Yeah.
Because Disney wanted to stamp their authority on it and go, this is our trilogy. Instead of just going, you know what, there's 40 years of history here.
Yeah.
Let's take the best parts of that, a la Maverick, and let's use Luke, Leia, and Han, and let's use some of the books and the canon storylines that have been done, and let's just do that.
The highlight for me was when they announced it, and there was a photo where they're all sitting at a lounge with Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill. They're all sitting around just reading a script. Just one, and it was just one photo.
Yeah.
That to me was where it peaked.
Yeah.
It peaked. It was like, oh, how good is this? They're all together. I mean, and not just them, Chewbacca, 3PO and R2-D2. They're all together.
Yeah.
And you just go, there's that photo. Look at that. And then they started delivering. And I was like, oh my God. So it peaked at the photo and went downhill.
Look, it won't be the last time we discuss the peaks and the troughs of this movie in the next hour or so.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the movie.
Yep.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to read the crawl.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The First Order reigns, having decimated the peaceful Republic. Supreme Leader Snoke now deploys his merciless legions to seize military control of the galaxy. Only General Leia Organa's band of resistance fighters, not rebel, they're just resistance fighters now, stand against the rising tyranny, certain that Jedi Master Luke Skywalker will return and restore a spark of hope to the fight. What a tease that is. But the resistance has been exposed as the First Order speeds towards the rebel base. The brave heroes mount a desperate escape.
Yeah. So the start of Empire.
This movie, it's so funny. Obviously, watching it, rated M, 152 minutes.
Oh God, right.
Now, it's so funny for a movie that wanted to be so original and have brand new ideas. There were so many stolen again. Like Crate is Hoth. That whole battle is Hoth.
Hoth, like from the $2 store. Hoth.
Yeah, it's from Wish.
Yeah,
it's Temu. It's Temu Hoth.
It is.
It's Hoth, and it's the dark side cavern.
Oh my God!
And she looks into the
pit of despair,
and sees herself
in the mirrors.
And it's like, well, that's just Luke in Dagobah.
Yeah.
There were just so many things that I just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
And I'm saving my best for Good, the Bad, the Ugly in one thing, which I'm not sure you would have picked up on, but I laughed out loud when it happened.
Okay, rightio.
But before that, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You can cycle forward 2.5 minutes here, people. We're going to listen and watch.
Do we have to watch this shit?
The trailer.
Okay. It might be all right, actually.
Might give us something more to talk about.
But obviously the trailer was good because we wanted to go and see it.
Well, I think this is the thing,
Probably
is
looks
that
good.
they knew.
They can do a damn good trailer.
They knew we were always going to go see it.
Oh, yeah. Like we were a lay down misère.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
That looks fantastic.
It's some of the best images of the film.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
This is that there was never any doubt that it was going to look good.
It looks, I think, in terms of a Star Wars film,
Yeah.
it's one of the best looking ones.
Yeah.
I think some of the, don't get me wrong, as much as I bag on Crate, that whole sequence looks great. There's a shot where it is all the walkers and Kylo Ren's
the ship just
the
above.
ship above. That is
It
incredible.
looks awesome.
And some of the like that first battle at the start looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. But I think that it's just not a movie.
It's just all show.
The narrative is terrible.
No, it's just no.
The narrative is terrible.
But for a trailer, man, I am in. If
I'm going to see it.
Even then I was like, shit, this looks so good. Hang on, I've watched it.
Yeah,
it's
not good.
The trailer is 10 times better than the movie.
Yeah, it's a great trailer. All right, critical thinking. IMDb rates The Last Jedi 6.9 out of 10.
That's high, I think. But that's there's a lot of probably newer Star Wars people that think
a lot of people love this movie.
Well,
listen to this: 91% on the tomato meter.
No, I'll get lost.
That's critics. That's critics.
But
listen.
Oh, there's
41% popcorn.
Yeah,
which is public.
Right. So the critics who are with the backhand out to Disney, well,
quite possibly,
100%,
quite possibly.
Yeah,
they don't want to piss off Disney too much.
Of course not.
The powers that be. Got a couple reviews here. Got a bad review. Luke Buckmaster.
Shit, that's a good name.
The Daily Review. It's easy to forget the original movie was terrifically bold, innovative, industry realigning blockbuster. Lucas dreamed big and took massive risks. In that sense, The Last Jedi could not be more different to the Star Wars created 4 decades ago.
No, yeah.
Look, on the flip side, I think this movie takes a lot of risks.
Oh,
by just going 90 degrees away from where it should go. But God, I'll tell you what. So a good review, Peter Travers.
You guys, well, he's a dickhead then.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah, right.
Rian Johnson's middle chapter in the current Star Wars trilogy is the epic you've been looking for.
Okay.
Capped by Mark Hamill in the performance of his career, it points the way ahead to a next generation of Skywalkers and thrillingly to A New Hope.
I reckon he just watched the trailer. I don't think he's watched the movie. Peter Travers, watch the movie, don't watch the trailer.
You know what? And I'm going to get to this when we get to Ordinary People, but there's never been a greater character assassination than Luke Skywalker.
It's not Luke Skywalker.
No.
This is not Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
This is Mark Hamill playing someone.
Some grumpy old prick. Playing
who knows?
Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right. Ordinary People. We'll do it a little differently today. We're just going to I don't give a fuck about the actors.
Oh, what about Rose?
We're going to concentrate on the characters.
Okay.
Rose Tico. Yeah. With the worst line in the whole of Star Wars lore. Director Rian Johnson. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually think he's quite a good director.
He's a dickhead.
No, but what he's done here is destroy it. But Looper, Knives Out, and Glass Onion, 3 great movies. He's also done Brick, which was his first feature film.
You know what? He didn't have much of a resume leading into a $200 million.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is Disney's MO.
Yeah.
Where they take in these independent movie directors and given them the reins.
Yeah.
Same as like with the girl that did bloody The Acolyte.
Oh, Leslie Headland. Squarehead, old Minecraft head.
But there's heaps of them that are these indie movie people that have been given. They're in charge of $20 million movies, and all of a sudden they get $200 million
Here's
movies.
the interview to Leslie Headland. Are you female? Yeah, I am. Are you a lesbian? Yeah, I am. Okay, you got the job.
Yeah.
Right. It's literally all about this ridiculous gender. Yeah.
Woke. Look, I'm not sure. This movie, whilst obviously they had decided that they wanted to have a more female focus, and all the people of power in this movie are female.
Absolutely.
Right. And it is. And whilst I read an article about toxic masculinity in this movie because of Poe, I tell you what, he never wins. He gets shouted down by a woman. Yeah. Now, I don't have a problem with women being in charge.
No.
But it became quite obvious they were making a point.
Yeah.
that the women are in charge. And you know what? Again, don't have an issue with that. But if the women are in charge, but you don't have to keep throwing it down our throats.
But lead by example. Don't force she's in charge. Like you can have Sigourney Weaver in Aliens and Linda Hamilton in
Absolutely
Terminators, and you go, wow, strong, wow, without them actually having to explain it and put others down and put the men down. It was just ridiculous.
But you know, the thing, and one of the most, I think, almost frustrating parts of the movie is that Laura Dern's character, Vice Admiral Holdo, who is a pain in the ass.
Just shit house.
Why wouldn't she tell Poe Dameron the plan?
Do
you know what I mean? It's just that I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And you don't need to know.
Ridiculous.
He's second. He's legitimately second in charge 5 minutes before Leia gets iced.
It made no sense.
No.
It made no sense. It made, and I'm doing film school, and that's exactly what I'll be talking about.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things.
So look, Rian Johnson, I really love Glass Onion, and I really love Knives Out, and I really love Glass Onion, the two murder mysteries with Daniel Craig. I think they're great movies, and I think that's his bag. The high concept, high scope, high budget of a massive franchise where there is 40 years of history and lore. Stay away from it, Ryan.
Did he write those other movies? Because he wrote this.
Yeah, no, he wrote them.
Okay.
He's a good writer.
Except in this. He's a
this is
terrible
terrible.
writer. Yeah.
This is terrible.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if you direct it, fine. But he wrote and directed this.
Directed. He's very talented.
But I read Daisy Ridley. There was a J.J. Abrams script and basically a map of how character arcs and that sort of thing. He basically put that in the bin.
He did.
Rewrote it word for word.
Yeah.
Did his whole thing.
But it's and then he tried to save it in Rise of Skywalker. So it was funny, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
So they brought J.J. Abrams back for Rise of Skywalker. They should have given him all three
clean
movies.
up that aisle, spill in aisle 7.
But the thing is that I think that it would have been a much safer play to give it to one director and go, you got these 3 movies, build an arc.
There's 3 stories.
Yeah.
Have it planned. You got one story, heading one direction, another one going another direction, the third one then picking up wherever it could.
Yeah.
Just nothing lined up.
Crazy. All right, let's move on to Rey, Daisy Ridley, who is the titular hero.
Yes, but look, the problem with her is that she is fantastic in everything she does. She can fix the Millennium Falcon straight away in the first one.
Yep.
She doesn't know how to use the Force, but yet she can hold off Kylo Ren, who is like the Grand Master. She can wield a lightsaber and fight Kylo Ren and actually beat him in the first one.
Yep.
She's perfect at everything she does, which is ridiculous. Where Luke started, he was a flawed character. He had to learn. You could see, and he was always sort of wrestling with himself. This girl's been put in as you're the best at everything.
Yep. My question in here is how she become the powerful Jedi
Straight away.
quickly?
Yeah, just like
she's 5 minutes into being a Jedi.
Yeah. Luke at the beginning of Empire could barely pull the lightsaber out of the snow. Barely.
Yeah.
She can do it. This one can do anything.
Yeah. I think I got really tired of the conflicted who am I, where do I fit storyline really quickly with this. It
could have been a good story.
It's all about parents and
parents.
Where do I fit? Who am I?
Set up, and you go, well, she's got this Force in her, and she's got this. Oh wow, what's this? And that's the whole thing.
And I tell you what, they truly fuck that.
That's exactly right.
In the next movie,
totally,
completely fuck that.
No, you will know in this one,
in this one as well. Yeah. But she's doing things that Yoda.
Yeah, I know.
Like Yoda,
she's better than Yoda probably.
Well, she apparently is.
Well, she beat Luke in their little sort of.
She best Kylo Ren. She best Luke.
Yes, that's right. So she's the best already.
Yeah,
she's the best. So no one can relate to her. You can't relate to a character that has no flaws, that is the best at everything.
Is it a sign of? Is it a sign being a 50-year-old father? And you're older than I am, but there's that sense of we don't need to work for things anymore. They just get given to us.
Yeah, it's handed on a silver platter.
There's a bit of entitlement. I don't think she's entitled.
God, no.
In as a character.
No.
But God, everything just gets given to her.
Yeah. Then I know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, nothing's worked for and earned.
Yeah. All right. FN2197, whatever his name is. Now, I've got to say, John
Boy, I think he's an all right actor.
I actually think he's one of the better actors in the movie.
He definitely is,
right? but he gets nothing to do.
No, he's
Almost, again, now we haven't even spoken about what I'm hoping is unintentional comedy in this movie, but I know it's not, right? He almost seems like he's just the guy.
he is a bit of
He's a bit of a comedy
relief.
foil.
He is, yeah. Like even when he's going to escape, like the opening parts with him in the water suit and then trying to escape, and he's coming up with the bullshit story and all that sort of stuff. He was the comedy.
He's a bit of a comic foil, and I
Yeah.
just I don't.
And really low level comedy too.
But you know,
real lame, low level comedy.
But in terms of character, his character's got probably the best backstory out of almost. I would say, in terms of what they could have done with his character, being an ex-stormtrooper, could have been fucking incredible. But again, he's like, well, I used to mop the room.
Yeah,
I'm like, mate.
He could have been this battle-hardened ex-stormtrooper, but he's this jokey comic idiot
who is in love with a woman who may or may not be in love with him.
I don't know.
His whole motivation is to find Rey.
Yeah,
for everything he does.
Yeah. I know. It's
all right. Let's get into. We'll go to the most. If this guy's not the most petulant villain.
Kylo Ren,
mate,
he's up there with Commodus.
Mate, I think he does Commodus in. Him smashing his helmet,
the whiny bitch, Commodus / it's the same.
It's the same character.
Yeah, just really, just unbelievable, painful.
And this guy's supposed to be like this guy as a kid bested Luke Skywalker. Like how many? I'm sorry, and I don't want to give it all away. What I've got in Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but how many people can beat Luke Skywalker?
There shouldn't be any. He's like the king.
He's supposed to be the chosen one.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And then you got these just
fuck.
I know, it's just crazy.
And you know what? Adam Driver is a quality actor. And he can, I think when he's not whining and bitching, he's okay. But he's given some shit stuff to say.
I don't think I've ever liked him in anything I've seen.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I think he's got a funny voice, or a weird head, Morg style head.
He's got a very funny voice.
Yeah. And in this he is, a whiny bitch.
He's very whiny.
Yeah.
He's very whiny. Poe Dameron, Oscar
he's
Isaac.
A good actor too.
Great actor.
He's a very good actor.
And you know what? He's one of the guys that can pull a lot of the bullshit off.
Yeah.
Right? But again, he's Basil Exposition in this movie.
He is.
Everything he does is Basil Exposition.
Yeah.
And he again just used for comic value and the hero. I'm the hero. Let me be the hero.
Yeah.
You know,
kick-ass pilot.
Can I go jump in the next wing and blow some things up?
Yeah.
Like
kick-ass.
Why do we need that line?
But I know. But he was also the one to show how dumb men were too.
For sure. Oh, well, too gung-ho.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, only the women can make the smart decisions.
Yeah. Take a back seat. You know, your cowboy shooting from the hip sort
of
thing. But
then it's like, oh, I like him though. Well, if you like him, why don't you show him some fucking respect?
Tell him
Listen to him.
On.
Instead of leaving him in the dark.
I know. It's so ridiculous.
So ridiculous. Princess Leia Organa, Carrie Fisher.
I don't know what's happened with her, but she talks like she's had about 15 nose jobs.
Well, mate, she's probably had 17 deviated septums.
Yeah. So she's got that real nasally sort of sound in her voice.
Sure. It's not her nose.
And her voice is about 5 octaves deeper than what it used to be.
She's literally breathing her last breaths making this movie.
Yeah, I know.
Like this was the last movie she made. She died after making this. Look, again, wasted.
Oh, totally wasted.
And not only that,
100% wasted.
Like
she was unconscious for 3/4 of the movie.
This is it.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and she's got a cane and she doesn't say anything. She goes to change my hair.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, it's just such a disservice to a character that...
A beloved character.
One of the most beloved characters.
Yeah. That's right. And once again, they're all about strong women. Well, she was one of the originals, like Princess Leia.
Now, sure, she's the only person to ever survive, apart from Thor, floating in space, and this is going to
come up later.
With no exposition or no backstory at all, floats away back in, and not only that, they open a door, to the space,
which would have
decompressed everything, and she walks in.
Nothing makes sense. Yeah, nothing makes sense. There's the attention to detail for actual, real physical things, what could happen, was completely ignored.
Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill.
Biggest waste.
I've got here, no character in the history of cinema has been more hardly done by than Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, even Mark Hamill, who is, a bit of a tool, but he's and he sort of jumps on with the Hollywood sort of bandwagon. He was a bit vocal about what the hell has this guy done to Luke Skywalker, and for him to sort of actually be vocal about it, to speak against, where he normally is jumping on board with him, it was like, man, no one that knows Luke Skywalker would believe this was Luke Skywalker, that character.
It's just an incredible assassination. You know what? And I've got it later on, but The Mandalorian did Luke Skywalker a way better service.
Just that final scene.
That final scene. Like that's Luke Skywalker, not this guy.
Not this hermit.
Not even regardless. Like, he's been taught by Yoda, Obi-Wan. Like,
and
regardless.
He's just walked away from everything. It's like, hang on, this is so stupid.
And I've actually got the reasoning why he's walked behind it and listened to this. But it's such a shit piece of logic. Whereas he should have been, you need my help, I'm in.
Oh.
It should have been, and it took R2D2 to show the episode 4, Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi, for him to go, oh shit, I better do something.
And wasn't that just a gratuitous sort of
for sure.
throwback?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Now, I don't know if you know, but Chewie was in this movie.
Once again, totally wasted. Underused.
Yep. And he was
he was comic. He was a bit of comic relief too.
Comic relief. And
Porgs.
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
All right. But then Snoke, Andy Serkis, who is the big bad who doesn't realise that
the big evil. Yeah.
He's going to be chopped in half.
Yep.
He's supposed to be all-knowing.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, a waste of a character.
Totally. Just completely set up in the first one. And it was like, my God, this is presence. This is some big ominous. Okay, radio.
Yep. It's just, and look, we can go on with a whole host of other pathetic characters. Rose, like, why?
Why? Because, and you know what? She was the Jar Jar Binks, because in the next movie, she's barely in it.
She's barely
just
in it.
like Binks was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It does seem to be a lot of just unnecessary characters in this movie. There seems to be a lot of unnecessary animals and aliens in this movie, like the casino scene with the little short thing with BB-8
putting the coins in it.
There's just no need for that
because it was hilarious.
Yeah, but
remember how funny it was? Weren't you laughing your head off?
Do you know who played that? That was Mark Hamill, who played that little thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Good grief.
But it's just, my God. Anyway, $1.33 billion at the box office.
No wonder.
Number one.
Yeah.
Budget of $300 million.
Here you go, Rian Johnson. You've done nothing before, really, but here's a $300 million movie.
Yeah.
Just make that.
Opening weekend of $220 million, did nearly 36% of its gross on the opening weekend. Now, we've had a couple movies of late. They've been older movies that have had massive runs at the cinema. 6.7 weeks at the movies. That was the average run for this film.
Right, and that was like, so December 15th it said it came out, wasn't it?
Yep.
So December.
So it's
to the end of January, school holidays.
It's gone by the end of January from the movies. 4,232 cinemas. Nominated for 4 Academy Awards, all technical, didn't win any.
Good.
Yeah, good. The top 5 2017: Last Jedi, Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson. I didn't mind that. Thought it was okay. Fate of the Furious.
God.
Despicable Me 3.
Right.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, yeah, with the rock and
I didn't mind that.
It was all right.
I thought it was funny. Didn't mind that at all. Again, all franchises. And that's just the way that it is.
Yeah. Oh, this was like probably just starting to
peter out of it.
Yeah, it might have
the
just
back end of it.
Yeah, it was just starting to then go downhill.
Well, we're not far from COVID. So 2017, we've got 3 more years till COVID when everything shits itself.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame is the end. 2018.
Yep. That's where the end is.
That was the peak of franchise. Okay.
But this movie and the one before it started to hang on, this isn't looking real flash.
Yeah, absolutely. 2017 hit sleeper dud. swinger. You have the hit for the year.
Do have the hit, and I went for a Marvel movie,
Oh,
and to me, it's the second best one behind Iron Man, and it was Thor Ragnarok. I really, really enjoy it. I still do. It's there. Those are the two best Marvel movies for me out of the whole
wow.
30 movies or however many there are.
Yep.
But Ragnarok, I found it well written. Taika Waititi was good in this. He went ridiculously over the top for the next one.
Love and Thunder's poor.
Was dog shit.
Poor.
But this one, he got it right, and he got a big head, and he thought he could just do no wrong. And then he delivered shit the next time. It would have, if that came out in the same year, it would have been my dud.
Yeah. Love and Thunder's terrible.
But Ragnarok, I loved. I think it's a brilliant movie.
It is funny. The Hulk and Thor together.
Oh yeah, but Taika Waititi is the
Taika Waititi is called.
Yeah, he's
no,
funny.
it's a comedy.
But Kate Blanchett's great. She's a really good villain.
Yeah, hella
Big.
Yeah, she's very
She's
good.
tough.
Yeah, very tough. Okay, I've got the sleeper. I've got the Hitman's Bodyguard, Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
Michael Bryce, a protection agent, is tasked with protecting Darius Kincaid, one of the world's most famous assassins, who's married to Salma Hayek in the movie.
Oh, geez.
This movie is really fucking good fun.
Yeah.
Very funny. A lot of fun. I went away with some friends, and we went to Hong Kong and to the Hong Kong Sevens. And we had to fly from the Gold Coast to Cairns and then get a connecting flight. Well, it was the same plane, but we're picking people up in Cairns to get to Hong Kong. We were in a section, and there was 4 of us, and there were 6 other people in the whole of economy.
Oh wow!
So we just got to pick wherever we wanted to sit.
Lie down.
So I was sitting in a row because it's a 3-hour flight to Cairns, and a 2.5-hour flight to Cairns, and the guy I was with was watching. I told him to watch Hitman's Bodyguard, so he was watching it on the plane, and all I could hear was him pissing himself laughing. He was like 3 rows behind me, like out loud laughing, obnoxious laughing. That if the plane was 4 people going, what about this guy? But because there was like 8 people on the whole plane, it was amazing. It was amazing. Very funny.
I do remember back in the day that used to have a screen, and you'd all plug your headphones into the. And I remember watching an episode of Alf on. That's what. Was coming back from Hamilton Island, and I was laughing my head off. My mate is nudging me, going, "You're laughing so damn loud." And the plane was packed. We're all watching the same show, but I might have been the only one laughing.
God, Alf from Melmac.
Yeah, Mrs. Ochmonic or Mr. Ochmonic.
God,
bloody hell, what a show! He loved eating cats, old Ralph.
He did love eating cats. He did love eating cats. You've got the dud.
I had the dud. I've gone for Marvel as well. So my hits are Marvel, and my duds are Marvel.
Let me hang on a minute. Captain Marvel.
Nope.
Okay.
2017, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, God, it was let down.
Shithouse. I thought it was crap.
No, it was a letdown.
I thought it was crap. I didn't like that at all.
It was slow.
But it looked so like a dreamy,
yeah,
bubbly, sort of just weird, the whole landscape. I mean, I thought it was shit.
Definitely not in my list of must-see Marvel movies.
No,
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
unfortunate.
He was a god.
He was Ego.
Yes,
he was Star-Lord's dad.
Yes.
Came down and had sex with his mum.
That's right. Yeah,
because he could.
Yeah,
and then just left, and then we had Star-Lord.
Look, I saw it once, and I saw it at the movies, and I have no intention of watching it again.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Disappointing. Okay, I've got a swinger. It's another Marvel movie.
Oh yeah,
Logan.
Oh, that was a bit different. It was rated R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the final chapter of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
Great movie.
It is pretty good. And the little, what's the little girl's name?
Oh, she's like X-49 or whatever, something like that.
Well, she's in the latest Deadpool as
she's in the Deadpool, yeah. But in a future where mutants are nearly extinct, an elderly and weary Logan leads a quiet life. But when Laura, a mutant child pursued by scientists, comes to him for help, he must get her to safety. One of the better endings of a character arc.
It is, but it's so everything's thrown out of what, because Professor X is still alive in it.
Yeah,
it's weird, and Logan's getting old, and he's like unlimited healing powers and whatever. I don't. It is a good movie, but nothing in the story or in all the movies does this. The continuity is up shit creek.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Like, well, there are people are dead and whatever, and it's but it's not a superhero movie in this normal sense.
No, it's
is
not.
It?
It's
Yeah.
not. James Mangold directs it. Does a great job.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Violent, super violent,
Mm.
but necessary violence.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But Wolverine's just not at his
Peak.
prime. Yeah, he's
He's an old man.
struggling. Yeah.
It's good movie though. Really good. All right. Question time. Got a few here.
Mm.
And we've already sort of touched on this. Do we think that comedy was overused as a way to patch over a poor story?
Calling it comedy too is a stretch.
Well, okay.
Because I didn't really. I was like, kind of half funny. No, even a quarter funny.
Yeah.
It was, and they rammed it in everywhere. They were ramming it in everywhere because Marvel did it pretty well.
Yep.
Marvel did, some really good funny bits, and I think they just wanted to sort of do the same thing.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think they wanted. See, Star Wars movies aren't funny.
No.
There's a couple bits of sort of comedy in it.
Hi, how are you? Harrison Ford in Star Wars 1.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah. But it was situational.
It was one thing, one or two things. There wasn't. There wasn't.
This felt like the first 20 minutes of this movie actually felt like a comedy movie that wasn't working. I was so bored. In the first 30 minutes, I've never been as bored in a movie.
Yeah, it was.
God, I was bored.
I started. I got 22 minutes in, and then I stopped when I got over a break. I came back a couple hours later.
Yeah, I think I was similar.
I think
it took me 2 or 3 watches.
I reckon about 3 to 4 to get to the end. Yeah.
At the start, the first battle, the Dreadnought attack.
Yeah.
Why are there only 20 TIE fighters sent out when the First Order have about 20 Star Destroyers there?
It was kind of like...
Surely they just wipe out that whole thing even before that. They're moving that slow, those bombers.
They were
moving that slow, and there's like 20 Rebel fighters, and they send out, well, let's be fair. Let's just send out the same amount.
It's probably what it was. It was just sportsmanship.
Yeah, let's be sports because that's what the Empire are like.
I know we've got 500 ships here, but let's just send in 10.
Yeah, pathetic.
And but those bombers were just dog shit.
What
ridiculous?
About them? Just so dumb.
The design of them, like whoever designed them, is not seen. Like
so dumb.
Just the big long. It's big, like it was a T.
Yeah, the tea bag. It was a big dick. It was a flying dick.
It was the stupidest ship.
And not only that, the bombs they got anti-gravitational.
Yeah, of course.
They fall straight down.
Let's do a bombing run. Like what?
Yeah.
This is not Dresden in 1943.
No.
Like seriously, it was so stupid.
Yeah. And no, I've also got it. I'm going to save it.
Save it.
Should Poe have been executed for his crap with the bombers?
No, well, no, but no. Well, I think
he gets demoted. He gets
he completely. It was a. You're right. It was a order from the general. Pack up. Let's go.
Turn around.
And he turned his walkie-talkie off.
He got everyone killed.
And they all went in for the bombing run.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Tell me this then. Princess Leia, the General Leia, she can only communicate to Poe.
Yeah.
She can't communicate to any of the other ships, but Poe. Leia would have gone, I've ordered Poe to stand down. All you ships who are all mic'd up.
Yeah.
They could have at least, that's how ridiculous it was.
It's dumb.
Because Poe said, no, let's continue with the attack, assuming then that every other spacecraft cannot
hear the order.
Yeah.
Hear the order. Did Poe think he was going to take charge after Leia does her spacewalk?
Oh, he kind of did a bit.
Didn't he?
His face was a bit,
He's like, heck, I don't have the job.
He was about to do the old the Derek Zoolander. You've just won the award, and walks up and they announce cancel, and he's walking up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
I think
he did.
I think he did.
Yeah.
We've already touched on why is Kylo Ren a petulant child. Why does Luke call his lightsaber a laser sword?
Did he?
Yeah, he goes, you think I'm just going to run in there with a laser sword? Like,
oh, for God's sake.
He's a Jedi. It's been called a laser sword before, but like early on, and not by a Jedi. It's a Jedi weapon. Why is he calling it a laser sword?
That's ridiculous. I didn't even pick up on that.
Mate,
it's just another reason to go, this is so stupid.
Yeah. Okay, here's a good one. Is the burning of the Jedi tree symbolic of Disney burning Star Wars to the
I
ground?
suppose. Yeah, I think so. I think.
Do you think, like, I'm actually thinking that Rian Johnson has put that in there to go, you know what? I'm going to burn this whole thing down and start again.
Yeah.
So what's
life imitating art?
what's
art imitating
iconic?
life.
The
Yes.
Jedi tree we've never heard of before.
No,
And the books that have never been spoken of before.
I know. It means so much, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is. I think it's like, let's move on. Next chapter. This is us.
Yeah.
Where I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge now. It's Rian Johnson. I'm in charge now, people.
That was so bad.
Yeah, I know.
That was so bad. Okay, here's what I was going to get to about the bombing. Why does every single ship, base, anything the Empire makes have a weak spot? Let's drop the bombs in the bum hole, the big bum hole on the front of the ship. Or we've got to get to the jamming thing. It's in the middle of the ship here.
Yeah.
Or or the exhaust port. Or or a
Yes.
bloody Starkiller base has got this.
Look,
They've all got a weak. Like, don't you learn?
No, yeah. So if there is that weak point, just put a shitload of armor around it. So it's not a weak point.
So it's not a weak point. I'm just like, fuck. The first thing I said, I'd forgotten about the bombing, and the first thing I thought was like, oh, not another weak point.
Oh, but back those bombers
that everyone knows about.
Yeah.
It's not a secret weak point.
They're taking out our cannon. They're taking out our cannon stuff so they can then
drop it in the bumhole.
Yeah, I know. But the bombers, one of them got hit by a TIE fighter, and then they just did the dominoes. They just crashed into each other.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, these are the stupidest. Let's find formation so that when one of us gets shot,
let's be close enough.
We just we turn into the dominoes and we just smash into each other and we're all dead. There's one left. It was the most idiotic thing ever.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Why does Yoda live to 700 and Luke dies after force projecting?
Yeah, that's
at 50.
Yeah, maybe he's a bit older, but no, he's probably 60.
He's probably he's 60 in real life. He was 61,
okay,
or 63.
Yeah, this is 40 years later. So yes, is it?
No, well, how long is it after?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't think they actually say, do they?
Don't particularly.
Yeah, no, I don't care. But yeah, I know it was absurd how he died, and just ridiculous.
Yeah,
just doesn't make sense. But Yoda's whatever creature Yoda is. Do we even know what he is? Like,
no.
They may have a longer life than a human being.
They
must.
Still. Fuck
me.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm just going to throw a little theory out. So my question is, why is Luke using Anakin's lightsaber at the end and not his own? Right. So when he force project fights Kylo on Crate, he's got the original lightsaber that Ben gave him in A New Hope that Rey has, which is Anakin's lightsaber, which got broken in half.
Yeah.
But obviously he can use it because he's force projecting. It's fake anyway. But
why use that?
Why isn't he using? And then every other scene that we see with him with the lightsaber is his Return of the Jedi lightsaber.
I didn't even pick that up. I didn't even pick it up. I didn't even know what he had a blue one, didn't he?
He did, but he had a green. He's green. He's got a green one where he holds the green one over Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
which is his Return of the Jedi lightsaber, and then he's got the Anakin blue one from A New Hope. Fuck me, so dumb. We need to take a break, people. It's Born to Watch only fans.
Oh, wow.
It's a good time to share this episode. Anyone that doesn't like The Last Jedi, or if there's some people that do like The Last Jedi.
If there's someone that likes it,
send this to them.
Well, let us know.
And then head slap them. It would be amazing. The best way to get some organic growth for the podcast, leave a review on Apple or leave a note on Spotify. Give us a 5-star review. And please hop on the website, our new website, which is amazing. It's got the whole back catalogue there, plus some really, really good insights into the four of us. And you can leave a voicemail and we'll play it on the show.
Yep.
That would be amazing.
That'd be great.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Damien, I'm going to start with you, Sir Dimmy Cockburn. What do you have for good?
Not a lot.
Okay.
I will say it was good to hear the score, like
Mate,
John Williams.
Okay. I've got the original music. It's the only time I smiled in this movie.
Yeah. I still struggled to smile, but I still enjoyed listening to it. That was it.
And I'll tell you what, they didn't use a lot of it.
No. Yeah, but like some of the even the Kylo Ren theme, it's pretty good. I like that John Williams still has delivered some good shit.
He's got it.
Yeah. The other thing that was good was this made the prequels much better movies. Like at one stage they were shit house. Now being like, oh, hang on, they're okay now.
I actually think Revenge of the Sith is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I remember you had that ranked number 3.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good. It's actually 20
or 4. Did you have a 4?
I think it's 4. 20
Yeah,
years. Rogue One is in front.
Yeah,
of
you
it.
had Rogue One in front of it. Yeah.
I think Revenge of the Sith is a good movie, and I think that this is not.
That's true. That's yeah. But it really, I think the bar dropped a lot with this, and that meant now, hang on, those prequels are now way above these things.
It would be interesting to cast. I'd tell you what wouldn't be a bad thing to do is we do a prequel sequel off, and I wouldn't mind going back. We've already watched episode 8. We've only got to watch 7 and 9, and watch 1, 2, and 3, and then do a bit of a comparison, see what's good and what's not. Because I'm not sure we're going to do full movie reviews of all the sequels and all the prequels.
I think
we probably will get to them, but
those other sequels, like let's say right now, we like January last we did, the wonderful Rebel Moon. This year we're doing the Last Jedi. It could be like, like
you think it's Rise of Skywalker next year?
Rise of Skywalker could be on.
Wow, God. Is that it for your happy?
That's my good.
For your happy,
Yeah.
for your good.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a few things, and they're just things that I saw. Now, on Ahch-To, which is
which planet was that?
The planet where they're with
the salt planet.
No, that's Crate.
Oh,
Ahch-To is where Luke is, isn't it?
Oh, right, the island.
Yeah, isn't that Ahch-To? I think it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? In Luke's hut, there's a thing hanging off the wall which has a red crystal in it, and I'm assuming that's Vader's kyber crystal from his lightsaber.
It's like he's a scalp.
He's taken it. He's taken the crystal. He's now got it hanging in a pouch up on his wall.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, that it is Vader's kyber crystal, it's the best part of the movie.
I know, but if that was the case, expand on it and use it.
Yeah.
What is,
Yeah. There's so much that they could have used.
Just
they have completely forsaken any story with original characters as to where they got to where they are, how they got there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There could have been a whole sequel, a whole trilogy based on how they got to where they are now.
I know. It's just ridiculous.
Fuck me, dude.
Just a waste.
Snoke's chamber. I thought it was a pretty cool set.
Yeah, look great.
Right? Looks great. Look, nothing that happens in it is amazing.
Yeah. But
the actual set, and that was actually built.
His throne room.
The throne room. That was actually built. So it was actually a set.
Yeah. He's got his Knights of Ren hanging around the back.
He's got the Praetorian Knights.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they are?
They're called Praetorian Knights. Okay. But yeah, they are definitely.
They're like red stormtroopers kind of thing, but with like the snow troopers sort of thing.
They must all have Beskar armor and the things, because they can just
block
smash
the lightsabers.
lightsabers. Yeah.
Laser swords.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing. Let me see if you picked up on
good.
this. Yeah. Now it's only good because I find it hilariously funny, and it is not meant to be funny.
Right.
So I've got funny. Vice Admiral Holdo brings it full circle. Battlestar Galactica was a rip-off of the original Star Wars series for TV. Glenn A. Larson loved it. Starbuck, Apollo. It was great, right?
Boomer.
Now, her speech when she's appointed as the new leader to the people is essentially the premise of Battlestar Galactica. We are one ship with everyone left on this ship, and we are moving out to forge civilization.
Wow, it is.
I tell you, I tried to find the speech because I wanted to play it.
General Adama.
It's General Adama. It's the start of start of Battlestar Galactica, where it talks about them, being that one ship full of everyone left, and we're gonna, make a new land and a new world. And effectively, her fucking speech is the premise for Battlestar
That's
Galactica.
terrible.
They've even taken from Battlestar Galactica,
Yeah.
which is a rip-off of the original movie.
This is like it doesn't surprise me.
It's unbelievable. But I enjoyed that because
Yeah,
I thought,
it
my
was-
God, how
yeah.
bad can this get?
Yeah.
Love a good bit of Nepo. So Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billy Lord, she's quite a main character. She's got blonde hair with
I know the one.
with things on her head.
Yep.
She plays quite a main character. And Mark Hamill's 3 kids are in the Battle of Crete. They're resistance
they?
fighters. Yep. I've got the original music.
Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
And then the end. And I don't mean the ending of the movie. I just mean when it was over.
Yeah, it was a good bit.
And I've had that on a couple of times on Born to Watch where I've said the end is one of the best parts of the movie. When the credits rolled,
Thank God.
I was like, thank God that's
Yeah.
over. I've never pressed stop quicker.
Good. I know.
All right. Bad Damo.
Oh God, I better have a look at my notes here because I got a few. Where to start?
Yeah.
Obviously the shit jokes. Like
It's top of my list.
waiting for Hicks on the phone, you know.
Yeah. Hux.
Hux.
Not Corporal Hicks.
Corporal Hicks. Hicks is written here. Must have been auto. Yeah, Finn with the water leak. All that shit at the beginning. Really,
Leia.
really unfunny.
What about Princess Leia? C-3PO. Wipe that expression off your face.
Oh, Jesus. I know. Yeah, and he's just like, oh.
BB-8 fixing the damage with all the things in the ship.
Oh, plug
fuck.
that, do that.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. BB-8 in the base in the AT-AT Walker. He's controlling
Oh
it.
my God.
Because I'm thinking, Chewie's not in
And
here.
then
Who
he
else is
opens the
that?
thing
and
and
then he
it's
opens up
BB-8.
him like controlling it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
what a load of crap.
Fuck me, dude.
What a dead set load of crap. Look, when I heard the Force theme play, right? So if you go back to Star Wars,
Yep.
you know the 2 Moon Sunset.
Yeah.
Binary
Binary sunset. Yep.
Right. You can feel it.
Mate, the Force theme is one of the most emotive pieces of music ever.
You feel it.
Yeah.
When they played the Force theme in this and they'd have some scene of some poignant scene, I felt jack shit. I felt nothing. This music that is so powerful, that hand in hand with a really powerful scene with a character that you like, means so much. In this movie, that equivalent music overlay in this movie meant nothing. It was shit.
Yep.
And that sort of showed to me, like, how can something that was so good and so powerful, and you're using those exact same music, it means nothing. It showed how weak everything was. Admiral Akbar is dead.
Yeah.
Just off screen.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been the general or something.
Yeah.
So this guy who was in Return of the Jedi and in Empire, was he in Empire? No,
he's
just
in
Jedi.
Return.
It's a
Return.
trap. Right. He's been around for a long time. When you go to Disney World, he actually is flying the ship that you go into in the Rise of the Resistance ride. No, just an off-screen death.
Yeah.
Like, just forget about old Admiral Akbar. Men are stupid, which we've discussed.
Yep.
Porgs, let's just get some little cutesies in. Let's get some the new Ewoks, or they're even smaller. They're more like Mogwais. That sort of shit. I mean, the purple-haired general, Hollow. Why have purple hair? Why does she look like I'm going to university and taking a gender studies class? Why? Just ridiculous. At the end, after the final battle, they all escape in the Millennium Falcon. They're all hugging. They're all smiling. They're kissing. Everyone's dead.
There's 11 people left.
Everyone's dead, and you're all hugging and smiling and having a laugh. All your friends, everyone is dead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing the big.
And not only that, no one come to help you.
No.
So you sent a SOS out, and a ghost came to help you.
Yeah, I know.
No one else came to help you.
Well, and then with that, Luke. So Luke says, "Where's Han?" Right? This should be a scene. This is like his best friend. He's long
brother-in-law.
Han's dead. Cutaway.
Yeah.
Right. Let's not see what Luke's reaction is. This is like massive. The big 3 people. Han's dead. Luke finding out for the first time. Let's just cut away.
But they do the same with Luke. Oh, Luke's gone. Yeah, I felt it. Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's move on.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. This is a big deal. And is anyone going to sort of act and?
But they did the same when Han died. Like it was Chewie and Leia.
Yeah. Oh,
so just had a cuddle and that was it.
Yeah.
It's like
nothing like when Ben died. When Ben died, and Luke was furious
mortified.
and upset.
Yeah.
You know, like
he screamed. He tried to fight a
that's
whole
right.
battalion.
No! Yeah, and then he's on the thing, and they had to put a cloak around him.
Yeah.
He's absolutely shattered. Here, cut away. No, let's not see his reaction. So yeah, a lot of bad there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What do you got?
Yeah, I've got the comedy. We'll move on. Okay. So something I noticed I thought was quite funny. Leia in space when she's out there and she's sort of freezing. Looks like she's got like cocaine splashed all over her face. And I thought, there's a little bit of art imitating life.
Yeah, there you go.
Taking her back to a good old days.
Yeah.
Well, just recently I saw again the meme this week where it's the Return of the Jedi photo of Leia and Solo where they're on Endor. And she's got a hand on her shoulder and she's got the coke nail. It's got the coke nail. So it just made me laugh.
I think she did address that and said, "Oh no, it's I need this for I don't know
coke." Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs it for coke. Yeah, that's what she needs us for. Teaching the Force. So Luke teaching the Force to Rey is so dumb.
Ah,
And it's like there's going to be 3 lessons.
yeah.
It took him 50 years to learn, right?
Exactly.
And it's just, but then it's just such dumb comedy.
Put your hands out. Put your hands out. You can feel it, and he's tickling her with the
yeah.
With the
Oh yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, I can feel
I
it.
can feel it. Yeah, yeah.
And then he slaps her. It's just like
Comedy.
What are you
There you
doing?
go.
But then she slices that rock. So he could have left it that, but instead, rolls down and smashes the cart from
Yeah.
the
And the locals,
caretakers.
yeah, and then they got the shits with that
Yeah.
because she's and comedy again.
Yeah,
That's
she shoots the wall. They're out there trying to fix
Yeah.
it. Like, where do they?
Comedy.
We've never seen them.
Nah.
Who are these? Because he goes, "Who are these people?" Or she goes, "Who are these people?" Oh, you're asking for the audience. We've got no fucking idea as well. So dumb. Look, you may have it in ugly. The Space Horses.
Oh no, I don't. But it could easily be in there.
But why? Why do we need to see a horse race?
And the whole thing was to all those people that were gambling and everything. They're all the military industrial complex. You know, the people that supply.
You know what it is? Battlestar Galactica. When they go to that planet where
when
all
they
those
get-
people
they'll
at the
get-
casino,
the casino
where they're
trapped
being
in there.
trapped in there, they're being
Yeah.
taken by the aliens. Same thing.
They're all.
There's a good line. Benicio del Toro has probably almost the best line in the movie, and I'll use it here because I got it in. It's my one quote. But he says to Finn, "It's all a machine, partner. Live free, don't join." When he's sitting there when they bring up that, let's see who this
hologram.
let's
Yeah.
see who this
They made a
belongs
TIE
to.
fighter.
They made a TIE fighter and an X-wing.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
I know.
that was a really smart line.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
But when they went close up on those space horses, and they're all whipping the shit out of them.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's about it. That's what it was about. It was about the animal cruelty.
It was, and it was like, hang on, in a horse race, sure they use the crop or whatever. This is kind of thing, but these guys were putting like the full tasers into them and their
Yeah.
necks and whatever. Get moving, and it was total. Look closer, have a look at them. It's like there's no way that's happening. It's just ridiculous.
Pathetic. We've mentioned the Dark Side Cave. We've mentioned Luke's get bested by Kylo as a kid and then Rey. I think that Captain Phasma is brutally underutilized.
Mate, Captain Phasma, they were selling Phasma toys.
Yeah.
She's in the trailer. Like big part. Oh my god, Phasma.
But she hardly got used in
No.
the first one.
In neither of them.
And this one, she hardly gets used again. Like, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. She could have been in charge of like the SS.
Exactly.
Like the SS, and
Yes.
she could have been like
Yes.
the head of the SS for the Empire and
Yep, they
had a
could-
very specialist.
And but they should have showed her in action, like kicking butt, because they never showed her kicking butt. She got thrown in the trash freaking compactor or whatever in the first one.
Yes.
And this one, oh yeah, she did.
And not only that, the only time she really shoots a gun is when she's got some miniature pew, 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 pew.
They should have when in the first one. Remember when Finn picked up the lightsaber? He should have fought her then, and she should have beaten him up.
Yes, she should have beaten him.
Right, and then for something she had to go, and because when the rebels came in, but then they would have come back again.
But again, Finn beats her.
I know. This I know. That's right, because there was no growth, and like she is. Oh my god, she is like in Troy at the beginning. So when they bring up your biggest fighter to fight our fighter.
Yeah.
And they bring in that big unit, the guy from bloody Mad Max's Fury Roads.
Yeah.
And he gets killed by Achilles in like 1 second.
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
She's like all big, tough, hardcore.
She's supposed
Gone.
to be the stormtrooper of stormtroopers.
Yeah, in the silver outfit.
Yeah. And it's just so underutilized.
They sold a heap of toys based on her,
Another
and she was not used.
But I think that this is what it is. There are a lot of characters in this whole sequel trilogy that are made just for merchandising.
Yeah.
Like Porgs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Totally.
just a cute doll for the kids to buy, right?
Yep.
I've got the crate battle. The whole thing is so pathetic, right? The crate battle. There's no way 13 old ships with no guns can beat 10 AT-AT walkers plus again, why don't you have 30? Why don't you have 1,000 TIE fighters down there?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they should have just they could have blown up the whole mountain.
It would. This movie actually would have been way better. I think it would have been way better if they had been allowed to escape and they got to crate, right? And then they'd blown up that ship and they thought they'd won, right? That would have been a better place to end the movie rather than having the whole wank with Luke Skywalker come back. And then when you get to the next movie, they think the resistance is gone. They think they've won, but then it pops up again.
Yeah, I know.
Right? But instead you have to keep
do a Hoth.
You stop bleeding the stone.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, fuck.
But it looked good on the salt with the red kicking up.
But the red's only there because it looks good.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like the red dirt under the salt, but
yeah,
I know.
It's only
they had to differentiate from Hoth somehow.
This is the thing. It's the red's there because when the thing's got to put your ski down because we can then blow the red up because it's going to tell you what, it's going to look amazing on the big screen.
I know.
Like a lot of the stuff
look good in the big screen.
It did look good. And this is the thing, right, though? I think a lot of the creative decisions were made not to further the narrative, but to further the style of the film.
All show, no go once again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm not done yet. Oh, no, I'm done. Now, ugly, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got a couple of uglies. Obviously, the huge waste of Han, Leia, and Luke is just ridiculous. Like I said, it peaked when they were all together. We never, ever got one scene.
Not one scene with all of them together.
Not one. Like, what is the point then? So, just ridiculous. The storyline in this was utter dog shit. The storyline made no sense.
Yeah.
And then they changed the whole premise of hyperspace. Hyperspace in this is used as a weapon. Hyperspace, let's think about it. Hyperspace, it's a bit of an unknown, but you sort of travel like in a sort of a different dimension. You know, you get from this end to that end.
Well, you fold space.
In this one, because if you're going in a zillion miles an hour, you're going to smash into something, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yet here, yes, you can. She uses that as a ram to smash, so she doesn't sort of disappear into this sort of hole, clear path tunnel to get to the other end. It's actually like she uses it as a battery. It changed the whole dynamic of what hyperspace is about. It's actually, so what they should do now is just get everything fitted with hyperspace. Aim them at
drones.
Aim them at all the ships, and they're all dead.
Yeah,
done. You've won.
But not only that, she blows up all the ships.
I know, with this hyperspace.
With the hyperspace thing,
it's absurd. It's just so stupid. It's like, unless she could have done the ram thing, just like they did in sort of like Star Trek. Where
I had
close and ram.
I had forgot about the hyperspace thing, so I just thought she's going to ram them.
Yeah, just ram them. No,
and I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
just ram them. No. And then I forgot that. Oh no, she's powering up for hyperspace, and I was like, oh fuck it.
Yeah. So she didn't go into that sort of dimension, a hyperspace dimension. She actually went. You can't travel at a gazillion miles an hour and not hit anything.
Yeah.
That's what it was so stupid.
It was.
So they've totally changed what hyperspace means in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Totally changed it. They're my uglies.
Okay. We've got the treatment of Luke, but him throwing the lightsaber when he gets it back. This is the preeminent piece of Jedi lore.
Yeah.
This is what defines you as a Jedi.
Yeah.
And he just throws it away.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's used for comic relief.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And it's just like, what are you doing?
No, I will touch on this in film school, but exactly that. It was just
It's just, what are you doing?
unbelievable. You can't. It's just ridiculous.
Well, I sat in the movies and was like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? I knew we had a problem.
Yeah.
That confirmed there was a problem.
Yeah.
The whole 20 minutes before that with all the bullshit.
Yeah. And then that.
You're just like, okay, we've now got a problem.
Yeah.
As I said, Mando got the treatment of Skywalker right. Drinking the blue milk from the tit, it really made me feel ill. I think he should have just gone straight onto the tit.
Yeah.
He's not squeezed it into the bottle.
Yeah,
he should have just.
If you're
He should have
there,
just
latch on.
just squeezed it in.
Yeah, latch on.
Are they in your Snorbs report?
No, I don't even know what those things are. But yeah,
This is again. We don't know what they are.
Yeah.
So we don't need to know where the blue milk comes from. No one gives a fuck about the blue milk coming from anywhere.
Yeah.
Why do we see?
That's whatever those things were.
Like it's just ridiculous. The rebel ships switch from having shields to no shields to shields to no shields. So at the very start, they don't have shields when they're being chased, when the things, when they try to do the Dreadnought bombing. But then all of a sudden, they've got shields. And then all of a sudden, when they start to run out of fuel, or before they're running out of fuel,
Got rear shields.
they've got no shields.
Yeah.
And then they've got shields.
Well, when Princess Leia got blown out,
There was no shields.
Yeah.
So how does it work? You've got shields or not shields?
That's what just whole part of the continuity and the crap, the detail, the lack of attention to detail.
We've talked about the Leia floating back and survives space and then opens the decompressed door and everything's all good. Now, porgs, another stupid animal like the crystal fox.
Yeah.
No need for the crystal fox. No need for the porgs.
Well, the reason why they had the crystal fox was to show the back entrance, the escape route.
But hang on a minute.
In the cave.
But hang on a minute. C-3PO already says R2's mapped the mine and there's no way out, right?
Yeah.
Now, then he goes, but he's only mapped the mapped part of the map. Now, surely the first thing you do is you go, Jono and Flonko, off you go, find us a way out. Right? Find us a plan B.
Yeah.
Right? That's number one on the priority list. So the porgs are around to make Chewie's dinner scene funny because he's eating porgs.
He's going to eat one, but
he's going to eat one. It doesn't eat them.
Actually look really succulent.
That look good. I want to eat it.
I want to eat it too.
And then also,
perfectly.
We saw it in the trailer. That apparently makes the Falcon scene funny when Chewie's screaming and the porgs screaming.
Yeah, unbelievable. Just ridiculous.
So Chewie's gone from eating them,
to
their best mates with them.
Yeah, and they're actually flying
the Falcon
with him.
Yeah.
And they're literally half a foot high.
They are. I think they're not even.
They're like penguins.
Yeah, they are. That's how we're going to win.
Oh, thanks, Rose.
Not fighting what we hate, but saving what we love.
And then
fuck me, Rose.
And then plants a kiss on her.
Yeah, the worst kiss ever. It was like that was a Roger Moore, James Bond, cat's ass kiss.
Right. Yeah.
And not only that, I would have thought that by Finn sacrificing himself is how we're going to win.
Yeah.
By making the ultimate
blow
sacrificing.
That thing up.
Not, oh no, we're just going to let them blow it up. And you know what? We're going to let everyone die because I love you.
Yeah. I know. And Finn was literally 5 meters away from blowing up.
But also, if Luke doesn't turn up, everyone dies because Rose bumped Finn out of the way.
Yeah, I know.
Because she wanted to get some.
But Rose should have died. In that collision, ramming someone at that speed, they both should have been dead anyway.
Exactly.
And then he's literally at the feet of the AT-AT walkers.
Yeah.
And then the next minute we see her dragging her into the doors at the.
Everyone's forgotten about them.
Yeah.
Surely one of them just goes, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
and they're all dead.
They're literally they could have just stepped on them.
Yeah. So dumb. But that's how we're going to win.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So bad.
Inspiration.
Damo's quick.
Speaks like a porg.
Damo's quick fire.
Yes, here we go. Gosh, there's so much to.
This could be quick.
Well, there is a couple of things. Yeah. That's not a knife. A scene that's popped over in popular culture. Can you think of anything?
Just Star Wars itself.
No, but from this movie particularly, I will say porgs. I will say porgs are part of popular culture.
Are they in Disneyland? Porgs? Are they in Galaxy World or whatever it's called?
Galaxy's Edge. I don't think I saw any porgs, but maybe
You can't have like a porg burger?
no. It would be
Fill it a porg?
a bucket.
Yeah.
A bucket. Yeah, get the bucket of porgs.
It's a missed opportunity.
But I definitely think porgs, but popular culture for not any good means,
Bad.
but for, yeah, and I suppose Phasma, but Phasma could have been in the first one as well, but
Yeah.
it would have been from the first one, but only for bad means.
Yeah,
sort of
they're
things.
not. It's not good.
Yeah, but other than that, no. Okay, well, hang on. The Burt Young Award for the biggest douchebag. I've got 2.
I've got quite a hot take here.
Okay, go for it.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right.
I think he is such a dick in this movie.
For this Luke Skywalker.
For this,
yeah.
for
That's why this isn't Luke Skywalker.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about one of the worst characters in the
Yeah.
movie, he's the worst.
He
Is not.
he does sort of redeem himself. but
He does, but he
Not
shouldn't.
really,
He shouldn't
yeah.
have to,
yeah.
mate. Obi-Wan Kenobi got a hologram from someone he didn't know, saying, "I need your help,"
Yeah.
and he jumped to it straight. He
Yeah.
came out of
I
retirement.
know. He was
Like he had to be forced.
he was a douchebag.
And so for me, pig face, lick out's Luke Skywalker.
Okay, well I've got 2.
Go for it.
Purple hair.
Yeah, she sucks.
To have this plan and not tell anyone.
I don't know
just-
why she didn't.
Just ridiculous.
Don't know why she didn't.
But the one that I'm going to give it to is Rian Johnson.
Yeah, that's
I've never done it to anyone,
good call.
but I've got for him.
It's hard to fight that one.
But there's yeah,
Well, considering that he created this Luke Skywalker character,
yeah, he is
might
the
trump it.
biggest douchebag.
Yeah.
How could this been a 5-minute movie? There is no. I'm thinking about. There is no movie in this movie. They escape, and then at the end they're trying to escape.
It's a shit movie.
There's actually nothing in.
Nothing
this movie.
happens. Nothing happens in this movie.
So the movie, yep, the Empire, they know where you are, or the First Order, they know, and you've got to escape, and so they're escaping, and at the end there's still there is nothing.
So in every Star Wars movie, it is a dead set. It's in 3 parts. So in A New Hope, it was Tatooine, the Death Star,
Yep.
the trench run,
Battle, yep,
right? In Empire, it's Hoth, it's Dagobah and
Dagobah
Cloud
and-
City,
yeah,
and then it's Endor.
Yep.
Right, and in Jedi,
that's
sorry, in Empire, that's it's Cloud City, it's Dagobah, and then Cloud City.
Yep.
Sort of thing. Then in Return of the Jedi, it's Tatooine.
Jabba, yep,
Then it's a bit of space stuff and that sort of Luke stuff, and then it's the final battle in Endor.
Endor
and the final
and
battle,
Death
right?
Star,
And
yeah.
the Death Star. So they're in pretty 3 distinct ways. This is not.
No.
They are doing the same thing for the whole movie, and it's just a couple side stories.
Yeah, to go to this gambling planet
And to get something that they
to find the master code.
the master
breaker.
code breaker. Imagine being him, Justin Theroux, who's the master
Yeah.
code breaker. He's in it for 8 seconds.
He looks up, it's like, oh yeah, but the fact that they can escape to that planet without being seen.
I didn't know how they did all this stuff. And,
And
it's
then
like,
they-
we're cloaked. We're cloaked, so we're going to come in and we're going to move.
get back onto the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could all escape. Just do exactly that. You could all go to that gambling planet. You could. It just, yeah. I don't know. Okay, so you can't make it. A 5-minute movie. They just didn't do the dreadnought bomb. They escaped.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dumb.
The Olivia Newton-John for poor sporting prowess.
There was nothing that really jumped out at me.
The thing that I saw, and I watched a guy analyze it, was the fight choreo against the Praetorian Guards.
Yes.
So there was a scene where Rey's fighting them, and it's obviously from a bit of a pan back shot. So Rey's fighting like 3 of them. It's like, okay, Rey, now you go left, then you go right, then you duck. Right. So she's got the 3 attackers. So she hits one of them, blocks the other with the left, and then the right. Then she does the duck, but she does the duck slow. And there's the Praetorian Guard guy who does a little spin around and whatever, and he's doing his swing, but she hasn't done her duck yet. So he basically does his swing about a meter over the top of her head, and then she ducks like a second later.
Right.
And it's like, mate, he's gone to do his normal headshot, but realised that she's still not in the duck position, and swung so far high above her head. It's like, what a really ineffective.
Yeah.
So that fight choreo was rubbish.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'll take it.
Yeah, and then God, an additional scene.
Absolutely not.
Maybe if we had the real Luke and the real Leia,
What's a completely different movie then?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like it's a additional scene. Yeah, about 50 of them,
Yeah, I know.
and just remove all the other ones.
This could be a tough one. Whitey's Brad Pitt.
Look, it's. I thought long and hard.
Yeah,
It has to be Ray.
it doesn't have to be. There's another.
If you're not talking about Laura Dern.
No, good God, no. I'm talking.
Oh, you know what? There was probably I didn't pay close enough attention on the Casino Planet. I reckon there would have been a couple birds in there.
I've gone for Rose's sister.
Oh yeah, actually, great sort.
Yes,
Good call.
Yeah, she's her name's Veronica.
Okay.
So she's
Yep.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
NGO.
She Hmong?
She could be a Hmong.
Yeah.
Maybe she might be a Hmong. She might be up from Mongolia. But she was a good sort.
Great sort.
Much better than Rose.
Oh yeah. There's always a good and a bad twin.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway. So but Daisy Ridley is a good sort.
Yeah, but I think I'm taking Rose's sister.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, she was good sort.
Yeah, she's pretty.
And any look-alikes, Morgs alikes?
There was an alien fighter pilot that looked like he had a vagina on his face. Those Morgs.
Well, true, yeah. But I do think he's a bit of an Adam Driver with the big conch hair.
A little bit. He actually doesn't look. He's got a little bit of Benicio del Toro about him as well.
Oh my
Morgs.
gosh.
Like a slightly uglier Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro, the master code breaker, who wasn't the master code breaker.
Yeah, no, just a criminal.
With his tick.
Yeah, just a criminal.
He always sort of does some sort of little.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah,
it's a creative
some
choice.
little thing that the character's got something about him.
He's a creative choice.
Yeah, that's it for quickfire.
Well done. Listen to this, but first, Snores report.
Cockburn in. This is one heck of a Snorbs report.
Oh, really?
Well, this is a shout out to all the
Laura Dern have a bit of history with the Snores report.
Yeah. So, well, there's two.
Okay,
So
I like it.
we'll start with Laura Dern. So she was in Wild at Heart with Nick Cage. I actually didn't think that was that flash a movie, but she got her cans out like little seconds, but multiple times. Yeah. But she's definitely got them out in that, and she's also got them out in a movie called Rambling Rose. She's actually getting onto Robert Duvall.
Oh, God.
Yeah, old, like he's old, and and he's it's kind of a weird looking sort of movie, but so she's got cans out in two movies, but this is one for shout out to all the people into necrophilia, because Daisy Ridley, full topless in a show called Silent Witness. She's a corpse getting an autopsy done.
Oh,
yeah. So for those that like them dead, necrophilia style,
perfect.
Daisy Ridley's cans out
as a dead person.
As a dead person, she's getting an autopsy on her.
Silent Witness.
So I think this is the first time that I've catered for our necrophiliac fans, and I'm sure there's a few out there.
We're inclusive.
Yeah.
We are inclusive.
I like to include them all.
Yeah.
So Daisy Ridley in a TV series called Silent Witness. You'll see them in there, and so we got the two. We got the Laura Dern and Daisy Ridley double. So that's it.
Did it. Snores report.
Yep, Cockburn out.
Well done.
Nice.
Okay, you got much for listen to this?
I've got nothing.
Okay, I've got a few things then. Okay, so after reading the script for the first time, Mark Hamill told writer-director Rian Johnson, I pretty much fundamentally disagree with every choice you've made for this character.
Yep.
Now, having said that, it's my job to take it and create the best that I can with it.
So that's exactly. I do think I remember reading that. That basically, Mark Hamill said, "Mate, go and eat a bag of dicks, mate. You've really just stuffed this."
Yeah, but they're paying me $1 squillion to do it,
and I'll do it.
I'll just do it.
He should have helped. You don't know what he can do. Obviously, it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to do it because this is ridiculous.
Yeah. The door to Luke's hut on Ahch-To is made from the wing of his X-wing.
Was it?
So
but his X-wing's
in the water.
And it still does it not work?
I guess it doesn't. Oh, he's given up.
I thought it was just parked there.
He's never leaving.
No.
So Rose, Kelly Marie Tran, didn't tell anyone she was doing the movie.
Good grief.
Lied to her families and friends saying she was doing an indie film in Canada.
Oh, that's funny though.
At one point, she got some maple syrup to bring back to her parents, so they believe she was actually in Canada.
Deal. Yeah.
Now, is that because she was embarrassed to being on, or she
But
wanted to surprise
in
them?
hindsight, you would think that. But yeah, look, imagine that if you did get a role. Look, I'm cast. I've got a fairly, like a B, maybe C sort of role.
Oh, D. She's D.
Yeah, install. But she's actually pretty important to that whole hyperdrive.
She does play a bit, doesn't she?
Hyperspace tracking sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a pretty big role. Because Finn's a B character, and she's with him pretty much the
The
whole
whole
time.
movie, yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying she's a B. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
For a brief moment on Luke's robotic hand, towards the bottom, near the wrist, you can just see the start of a blaster hole, which was the mark from Return of the Jedi when he got shot
Wow.
on Jabba's skiff.
That's
which is pretty cool.
See, how do they have attention to detail for
Like
things
that.
like that?
Yep.
And then stuff everything else up.
Okay, so here is, according to Rian Johnson, Luke Skywalker's rationale for exiling himself on the island was that the Jedi were not helping and were instead perpetuating the cycle of Jedi and Sith. They needed to go away so a new light could rise from a more worthy source.
What?
So what it is, you're saying, look, we're just going to let the Sith take over, and we're just not going to do anything.
It doesn't. It does not make sense at all.
Doesn't.
It's just
fucking
it's just
stupid.
typical. It's just Rian Johnson idiocy.
This was Carrie Fisher's final film she was directly involved in. She died in December 2016, and the film was dedicated to her memory. Her next film appearance in The Rise of Skywalker would all come from previous unused footage from pretty much Force Awakens.
Yeah, you can see that. You
can tell there's
and
difference.
there's a lot of back of the head stuff.
But everything in this movie was her filmed for this film.
But isn't that ridiculous though? So, the one person that is dead in real life is the one that's alive in the final movie. The others have been killed off.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the only film in the Skywalker saga not to audibly feature the popular phrase, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Right.
So Obi-Wan says it in episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Yep.
Anakin says it in episode 2. Obi-Wan says it in episode 3. Luke and Han say it in episode 4.
Okay.
Leia says it in episode 5.
Yeah.
And Han says it again in Return of the Jedi. And in The Force Awakens.
Okay.
There's a bit of a callback.
Yeah.
Rian Johnson
Oh no, he's
has stated that the line is in fact present. It is said by BB-8 in the binary
for
language
God's sake.
when Poe pilots his X-Wing to the first confront the Dreadnought class Star Destroyer.
That's
Can you
absurd.
fucking believe that?
Yeah, that's just a little snapshot of his mindset.
Yeah.
It's like a big, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm far too clever for you.
Yeah.
I'm going another level.
Yeah.
And here it is. It's like, oh, good God.
And lastly, according to Rian Johnson, Laura Dern could not resist saying pew, pew, pew when she was required to fire the blaster. So this is similar to Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Both had a habit of making lightsaber moves when they were doing it.
How can you not make a lightsaber move?
The lightsaber move is one of the great...
Every time someone picks up a lightsaber,
Wow.
Yep.
How good is
Every
it?
time. Yep.
I've got a couple here that every time I pick up, I'm doing it. Quotables. I've used my one
Mate,
quotable.
there is not one
No,
quote.
good. 1 degree of Kurt Russell.
I thought I'd leave that for you.
I didn't look very hard. I was bored
I'm
by
sure
now.
there's a John Williams thing or
It's
something.
got to be
somewhere.
a John Williams thing.
Yeah.
Film school for F-Wits.
that's me, isn't it?
Damo edition.
This is specifically about this movie, right?
Okay.
And this is, and we've touched on quite a few of the points, but I'm just going to go. So this is making a movie unpredictable does not mean it's good, right? When the movie keeps throwing curveballs, as we've discussed at the audience, it just becomes a disorientated mess. Okay, so I'm just going to go through quite a few of them. So this is from this movie, right? In a highly dramatic moment, Rey meets Luke, gives him the lightsaber, but gotcha. Luke does not give a shit about it and tosses the lightsaber over his shoulder and walks off, right? So there's one. Leia gets blown up out of the ship into space and she's going to die, but gotcha. She turns into Mary Poppins and she flies back into the spaceship.
It's the space cocaine.
Yeah.
It's all over her face.
Let's go and find the master code breaker. Oh, there's no one else in the galaxy, right?
Yeah, there's one person in the
that
galaxy.
can disable the hyperspace tracker. But gotcha. They get thrown in jail and for a parking violation.
Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah,
parking
yeah,
the
that's
wrong
right.
spot? And they're in the cell with the cellmate, and he can actually do it as well.
Not only that, they talked to Maz Katana to find out about it. Now, who's holding the phone or whatever that
Well,
she's talking on?
I know.
Because it is just following her no matter where she's going.
I know. It's
I
like
was
a
thinking-
drone.
I'm like, is this a drone phone? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's got your dogs just come in. So they go with Benicio del Toro, right? The
Molly,
code breaker.
Get down.
To shut the hyperdrive tracker. It's a hard one to say. But gotcha. It's a trap, right?
Yeah.
They get taken away. Dog is going nuts.
Yeah.
Purple hair, Holdo. She's an incapable commander. She's going to get everybody killed. But gotcha.
Yeah.
She's got a super secret
plan.
I'm not going to tell anyone about it.
But not only that when Leia wakes up, she apparently knows about the secret plan straight away. It's like,
And she wasn't even alive when
the plan was devised.
Yeah. So Snoke is an amazing and important Jedi Master. Nah, gotcha. He's just a guy and he's dead. And it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Rey's parents. Oh, I've got to find out who they are. No, gotcha. They're no one. They don't care. Right, okay. Phasma, kick-ass, beast. Going to be tough to beat in a fight. No, gotcha. She lost. She's easily and she's dead. Okay. Finn, he's going to die head first into the cannon. No, gotcha. Here comes Rose, ram him away.
That's how they're going to win, though, Damo.
Luke goes to burn the sacred books. Yoda comes and stops him. Nah, gotcha. Yoda burns it.
But not only that, Ray had taken the books, as we find out later anyway.
Oh, yeah, I know. Kylo and Luke fight to the death. No, gotcha. He's not there. Right? He's not there. And he's just a Force hologram and he's alive. But gotcha. Luke dies anyway. So double gotcha.
So we don't know why he dies either. Does he die because of the what it took for him to Force project, which Kylo and Rey are doing every fucking 10 minutes in the movie, which we haven't spoken about.
Yeah, exactly.
About Force projecting.
Snoke said he set that up.
Snoke set that up.
Yeah. But this is what I mean. The whole movie was what you think it's going to be. They did the opposite and nothing made sense. It was gotcha. I don't know what Rian Johnson was thinking to go, I bet you the audience are going to think is going to do this. No, I'm going to do
that.
The complete opposite. Yeah. And that was the whole thing of this piece of shit movie. That's film school for F-wits.
Well done. Loved it. Now, I was writing a kick-ass credit song, but you know what? I stopped. This film isn't worthy of a kick-ass credit song. I had a couple, as I spoke to you,
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck you, Kathleen.
Put a chick in it, make it go in lane. What is this dog doing? What are you getting so excited for?
Molly.
But
hang on a sec. Molly, upstairs, go.
Okay. See you, dog.
Upstairs.
But Kathleen Kennedy, she copped it in South Park.
Oh, yeah.
Beautifully.
It's a great episode.
And it is so true. But what Disney and what Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, that whole crew have done to Star Wars is just insane.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. And now they've cancelled the Rey movie, which was coming.
No, and that was with another director from who was a
indie director.
Yeah, an activist. No, a feminist activist.
Yep. So they've cancelled
Pakistani.
that. They've cancelled that. They actually what they need to do is probably just take a break.
Yeah,
for quite a few years, and they need a hard reset.
Or just someone that actually is a clever at writing stories.
But you know what I mean? Like I don't think that these new characters are worth investigating anymore. They're better off. I think they're better off going a prequel of a prequel and going way back.
That was where the Acolyte
was supposed to be, and actually do it the Knights of the Old Republic and do it that way. But or just recast. Like Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, he could play Luke Skywalker. He looks like a young Mark Hamill. Recast and do something between.
Well, this movie, they showed that little seed of those slave kids.
Oh, God.
Those slave kids on the horse planet.
Yeah, the kid can.
He grabbed his broom using the Force.
Well, what's that Turbo from Electric Boogaloo? Who with the I was waiting for him to do the broom dance.
So you can
with the string on his finger down on the broom.
Some high-tech effects. But you could just see they're trying to set other storylines up for future whatever. But no one's interested.
No. I think that, yeah. I'm actually looking forward to the Mando movie.
Oh,
I'm still invested in the Mandalorian story,
not.
even though they did season 3 wasn't ideal.
yeah, I didn't bother with 3. I was
It
down.
wasn't. I didn't mind it. It was better than there were parts of 2 where it was a bit until the end of 2 where I was like, this is the
Mate,
most
after
amazing thing.
Obi-Wan and the dog shit that they've
It's
produced.
not been good. It's not
Oh.
been good. That leads us to star of the show. This is difficult. I've got one. R2D2.
Right.
He's in it for 7 seconds. He lights up. For some reason, he's in the dark, shut down. And when Luke turns up, he lights up, and that's effectively it.
Yeah, I'd just say probably just some of the effects people maybe, because it did look pretty. I'll tell you who's got the star of the show: the person that put that trailer together.
Actually, yeah.
Because that was a damn good trailer.
Okay, the rank bank. This was harder than I thought it would be, trying to find up something to come with. So I'm looking for a little bit of feedback here. But I've got abject disappointments.
Yeah.
Grumpy Skywalkers.
Yeah.
Barbecued Porgs.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think Porgs is a
Petulant villains.
Yeah.
Space horses. Burning Jedi trees. Bottles of fresh blue milk.
Fresh. Delicious. I'm going for the barbecued Porgs.
Let's go barbecue
I
Porgs.
think it's perfect, yeah.
Because we hate them.
Yep.
And they do look delicious.
They're real succulent.
Yeah.
Like a
really moist.
Yeah. And real nice brownness.
Yeah.
Like a really perfectly
He looks like he'd be a good chef, old Chewy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he'd just be ripping into raw stuff.
Yeah.
He's all over it.
You think he'd be on a raw diet, wouldn't you?
I think so. You think so. Okay, Damo, how many barbecued porgs are you giving The Last Jedi?
I've had to have a bit of a think about this because I gave Rebel Moon the Scar Giver, movie everyone should go and watch. I gave that a 0.5.
0.5, yeah.
This movie is just as shit as that, but I've got an even much more bigger disappointment because of how they've totally destroyed it. But I'm gonna stick with a 0.5.
Wow.
I'm going with a 0.5 because I think this movie is shithouse. Just shithouse. Really disappointing and shithouse.
Okay. Wow. Okay. It's bold. I like it though. I'm going to be kinder on The Last Jedi than you. And only because
I will never watch this again.
No. And this will never be watched again. I struggled to watch this. It was one of the very few, probably the only movie in 145 that we've done on Born to Watch that I considered not watching after about 60 minutes. I nearly turned it off. When I stopped it for the second time at 60 minutes and saw there was still an hour and 32 to go, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm giving it 1.
Okay.
And the reason I'm giving it 1 is because it's Star Wars.
The John Williams parts.
I'll give it,
but because it's Star Wars is why I've even given it
and,
less.
and look, and to be honest, I could have given it less, but I feel
not a lot not more to go.
Exactly right. And I look at some of the movies that I have ranked worse than it. Like it's what's incredible is that we both ranked the first Rebel Moon above this.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah, I probably overstated that one.
Yeah.
Because if people say to me, pick a shit movie that you hate, right? This is first thing that springs to mind always.
Yes.
Has been. This and Wonder Woman 1984. These are the two movies that I would say just off the cuff. Like sometimes you go, I've got to think, what do I really like? What do I really hate? Wonder Woman 1984 and this movie are the movies that I can instantly recall when people say, what are the movies that you hate the most? These are them.
Yeah, right. Mate, this is incredible. With a rating of 0.75 barbecued porgs.
Nice.
This is the second worst movie in our list.
Yeah.
Just above Rebel
Saga.
Moon 2 at 0.25, which I gave 0 to.
And you got Rebel Moon 1.
Mate, Rebel Moon 1 is way above at 1.88. Rebel
1.88.
Moon 1 is above Can't Buy Me Love and Nico Above the Law.
Oh my God.
This is I think it's not only is it a bad movie, I think the fact that obviously we love Star Wars, which makes us
Toxic
toxic
fans.
fandom,
Yes.
right? So this is just not a good movie.
It's horrible.
It just isn't. There's no real
story.
true narrative or story.
No.
It's just it's not, I can't even say it's a section of set pieces. It's not.
Nothing happened.
There's just one long, slow
Slow
chase.
Yeah. And then it's just shithouse.
Mate, we are equal. Well, we're not. We are outright 143rd
Well, there you go.
out of 144.
But considering that Star Wars and Empire are fives,
Yes.
they're at the top of the list, and this thing is smack bang down the bottom.
Just incredible.
Like, can you? What a character arc! What a movie arc! What a franchise arc!
It would be very funny to see the rankings.
Yeah,
That would
it
definitely
will.
be a.
It's a steady.
See, the Rise of Skywalker is as bad as this, I think.
I would go just slightly better.
Yeah. Okay.
No, this one for me stood out by a long way for me.
I think because it's such a
because of his gotchas,
it's such a diversion from
everything
the story.
changed everything.
Yeah.
Changed everything.
Mate, it's been fun talking The Last Jedi with you.
Yep.
A
lot of talking points with this shit.
We had spoken throughout the week about what were we doing, putting ourselves through it. But it's what we do for the watchers and for the F-wits.
Yep.
We jump on the grenade occasionally, and we hope you've enjoyed it more than we enjoyed watching it.
Yes, definitely.
And
Go and watch it, have a bit of a laugh.
no, don't go and watch it. But if
Yeah.
you do watch it, please leave some comments.
Yeah.
Please send us a message or leave a
Mm.
voicemail.
Yeah.
Tell us whether we're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Tell us whether we're the problem.
We could be. We
might be the
toxic
problem.
fans.
We
Yep.
could be the toxic fans.
Yeah. Yep. As Kathleen says, we are the problem.
That's it. Now you're away for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
You're going away, and
I'll be back in Feb.
You'll be back in Feb.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look at what we've got coming up. I think we've got next week. We're going for something probably the opposite end of the spectrum to what this is. We're doing ET,
Wow.
which will be a lot of fun
Who you doing that with?
with Morgs and Gow.
Okay. Yep.
So the original trio are back while Damo's away.
Yep.
And then I think, just trying to think about what the week is after, but it's just going to be me and Gow. We're going to do a 4-ball.
And the week after that, even.
I think you're away the week after as well.
So
I
it'll be
think you are.
yeah. I get back on that day.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no, you're no
yeah.
good. You're no good to us then.
No, I'm not.
But we'll keep you up to date as to what is moving on in the future.
Yep.
I know that maybe Damo's first one back might be Mannequin.
Oh, it could be. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Andrew
Which-
McCarthy.
Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. Snorts Report.
Big Snorts Report.
Yeah.
Big Snorts Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved her back in the day. It's been fun. It's great. It's always good having Sir Dimmy Cockburn in.
Yes.
And he will be
Bit of
out now for a
royalty.
few weeks.
Yep.
And stay tuned next week. E.T. the Extra Testicle.
Ooh.
Have fun.
All right. Thanks.